Who is bigger than fela? Anikulapo Kuti. Who is bigger? Somebody said, oh, Wizkid said he's bigger than fela and all. Okay. Wizkid, talented singer, Afrobeat artist and all. First of all, I introduced myself from Duke Production. We studied music in London. We know the in and out of music. And I remember meeting my first professor lecturer in music, and he studied with Fela. He knows most things about him. And he gave me a brief history of who he was, how genius he was with instruments, keyboards, sax, everything. So, but now let's take it further from there. When you say you're bigger, or people are assuming they're bigger than fela, fela is not what everyone just say. An artist will just go, oh, yeah, I'm bigger than fela. What make fela? What make the Kuti family? Even the children, Shehu Kuti and all. First in music, because what we're using now that is on, Apple machine, and you use Logic and all that, this are electronic. Music is arrangement. Do you do arrangement? If you do arrangement of music, do you read music? No, you don't. Do you make beats? Can you do keyboards? Do you produce? Do you do any production in music? Are you able to organize a band? Are you able to daisy chain with musics, pianos and all? There's a lot before you start to, because Fela is not just a singer. There are many things he does in music. In this era, people that is close to those area, which I think even the Fela learned from the elders. There are many of them, I can't name them, but in his eras, I think there are other people there that plays all this instrument. Sir Victor Waifu, Osadebe. There are many of these people. A lot of these young ones will not know them. I didn't know them. Then when in my era, but I went to study them. You need to study all these people. You need to study Fela. It's an icon. It's an icon in music. For my lecturer, my white lecturers to be talking about him. All right, this is a man when he's performing to white audience. So for some artists to come out and compare himself to Fela, his audience are white. Oyibo. When I'm young, running around in central London, all the underground, you will see his billboard there. So compare even with his children when they go, and it's different from when you see artists like the Davido, the Wizkid, the Burna Boy, they perform. It's full of the children that are giving birth to by us here, or people that live here that migrate from Nigeria to America, to other European countries. It's full of, but when Fela and Nicola, when they're performing, it's full of pure Oyinbo, a lot of Oyinbo. So Afrobeat that we are not carrying, saying we're taking international, it's not there like that. It's there for the children that we migrated to give birth to. When you look at Wizkid FC, when you look at Burna Boy, all these their fans, it's full of our people, a lot of them, percentage. Look at it. We look at Spectrum, we look at through the SPSS. So you can't compare Fela. Fela is international, way far. All these people were there. The names I called before, they were all there. They've been international. They've been all over abroad, performing live, playing instruments. You can't play instrument and you say you're bigger than Fela. Let's put that aside. Fela put people fighting for Nigeria first before himself. Till tomorrow, I can still not see any activist. When I look at Nigeria, I study politics. I can't see any artist or any activist that is still like Fela. Because most activists you have in Nigeria are still just solving the issue in Nigeria, fighting themselves. But Fela was far beyond. If you remember his song, United Nation, who is in United Nation, it's talking about the West, telling you who is sitting on top of your country, who is holding your country. And when I hear his son speak, fela, Seun Kuti, it is the same thing. They are telling you that there is hegemony ahead, and then there's also, that is, people is hierarchy. The West is holding your country, and then you still have people they use, the elite they use to control people and put people in poverty. But there's no other people citizens have seen speaking on. They don't speak those things. They just fight within themselves. You are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, you are. That's what they talk about. This is what makes Fela very powerful. He's an activist that fought for the revolution, a freedom fighter. He fought for people. He gave you freedom. When they're doing this thing, if you look at them, most time people look at them and just, oh yeah, these are not the right, because the way they appear, the way they do things and all that. No, they do things because they don't want to wear gold chain the way you're wearing chain. They don't want to wear those jewelries the way you're wearing. They don't want to do those. They don't want to be down to earth. They want to be themselves. They want to be real. They want to be who they are. They don't want to fit in to take from you. So their creativity is from them. What they do is from them. They're not even looking into your own. So I think our people as well, sorry, I keep looking back. Our people need to develop themselves beyond. And don't look at yourself and say you want to be bigger than Fela. As Sir Victor Wifo said, when they ask him about his children, who is going to be, you find people like them. They come like in century. You don't just see them. Even say his children will be bigger than him. No. Because Sir Victor Wifo too was an artist, a sculptor, a instrumentalist. Just name it. Those kind of people, you can't just see them like that. So you used to say you want to be bigger than somebody, you have to do something extraordinary. Can Wizkid go and fight the government for you to feed you? Can Wizkid go and battle government for the family to be killed and all that just because of your fans? Fela did all this. Can Wizkid go to prison for you? Can any of these artists go to prison for you? No. But Fela break all this boundary. So to be like Fela, you have to be looking at people like the Martin Luther King, people that fought for South Africa, the Mandela. Fela, they were all involved in all this apartheid fight. So for somebody to come out and say you want to be like Fela, it's a joke. A joke of the century. I'm not just speaking, I'm speaking from an educational point of view. So before you say you want to compare somebody to Fela, go to your history class, go and read and all. And before you speak, go and look at all my degrees. Thank you.